Welcome back. Louis Farrakhan demoted a senior aide for making anti-white and anti-Semitic statements. But he also attacked the Jewish Anti-Defamation League, the ADL, and endorsed the assistant's views on Jews.
Why have not the black leaders denounced the ADL? Jewish scholars have said that 75% of the slaves owned in the South were owned by Jewish slaveholders.
The head of the Congressional Black Caucus demanded an apology from the Farrakhan assistant, but also took a slap at Senator Ernest F. Hollings of South Carolina.
Nor should we give tolerance to remarks such as those made by the junior senator from South Carolina, who also suggested late last year that black people were uncivilized, barbaric, and cannibalistic.
Mona, where does this leave the relationship between Farrakhan and the mainstream African-American leaders?
Well, 2 points out. The first is that the pressure on Farrakhan to denounce his assistant was misplaced, since the assistant was only saying the kinds of things that he learned at the feet of Louis Farrakhan himself, and that was clear in that press conference. The second point is mainstream black leaders have been complaining all week that they have been asked to denounce this guy that they never heard of, and after all, why should there be such a big deal about this? There's a big deal about it because, A, there is a large following out there for this kind of sentiment, unfortunately, in the black community, and B, because the Congressional Black Caucus made a covenant with the Nation of Islam, which they're now sensibly backing away from.
Bill.
Well, I think it showed a couple of things. First, it showed that a lot of African-American leaders know racism, anti-Semitism, and anti-Catholicism when they hear it, and they're prepared and have courage to stand up and say so. Second, I think that probably on issues that confront the major problems of urban America, violence, family disintegration, and joblessness, you're going to find people of all stripes and all colors and all faiths working together to try to make things better. I think that it was a very important marker in the line on the part of a lot of African Americans, and I think that it's a very important moment.
Bob.
I have to disagree with Bill. I don't think that the regular black leaders have been good on this at all. I think that for Congressman Fumi to come out attacking Senator Hollings' silly statements and putting it in the same category as this studied anti-Jewish comments, the whole idea that the Jews owned all the slaves in the South. I mean,
there weren't enough Jews in the South.
Absolutely. And you find that the people I like Charlie Rangel, attacks the Anti-Defamation League. Is there really the part of the problem? I think, and the NAACP has now said, because of this lousy statement, Farrakhan is welcome at their meetings. I don't think they performed well.
Congressman Charlie Rangel of New York pointed out, I thought quite legitimately, a rational voice, that the Congressional Black Caucus and the Jewish members of Congress vote together more on most issues than any other. No, so Minister Farrakhan, whose history lesson about the 75% of antebellum slaves being owned by Jews must have come as a terrible jolt to the Daughters of the Confederacy. I think quite frankly, that he's getting more attention than he is following.
Well, no, I too was very distressed by the comments by Charlie Rangel to say that being asked to denounce this kind of incredible, I mean, the statements that Farrakhan made, leave aside the aid, the statements that Farrakhan made at that news conference, the 75% ownership by Jews, that Jews do run the Federal Reserve, and all of that kind of thing, is so beyond the pale for American politics that it's amazing that black leaders, mainstream black leaders, were objecting to having to denounce it.
Okay, Bill, 5 seconds.
Major point, Khallid Muhammad made remarks that were ignorant and hateful, and that it's a unanimous rejection of those remarks by everybody of all stripes.
Bill Bradley, thanks for being with us. I hope you'll come back again. The gang will be back with the Outrage of the Week.